Have you ever stood on the brink of a decision? Your heart pounding, palms sweaty, mind racing with what ifs? It's a sensation we're all too familiar with. Fear, it's what often stands between us and our greatest achievements. But what if I told you there's a way to turn the tables on fear? A method so simple, yet so profoundly transformative, that it could unlock doors you've always seen as closed. This method is known as acting as if you fear nothing. Imagine for a moment the liberation that comes from this approach. It's not about the absence of fear, but the mastery over it. It's about stepping into a version of yourself that operates beyond the confines of fear's limitations. This concept is not just theoretical. It has been lived and breathed by countless individuals who have achieved greatness against the odds. Let me share with you a story that encapsulates the power of this principle. There was once a writer plagued by rejection and criticism. Each manuscript returned, each critique more disheartening than the last. Yet, within this person brewed a story, a narrative they believed could touch hearts. The fear of further rejection was palpable. But instead of succumbing to this fear, the writer chose to act as if it held no power over them. Each morning, they would sit at their desk and write with the conviction of someone destined to be read worldwide. They submitted their work, faced the rejections, and persisted. Today, we know this individual as one of the most beloved authors of our time. Their books have not only sold millions, but have become a staple in the fabric of our literary culture. What enabled this transformation, it was the decision to act as if fear was merely a shadow, not a barrier. The author embraced the idea that what lay within was greater than any obstacle in their path. This principle applies to each one of us. Think about a goal you've held back from pursuing due to fear. Now ask yourself, what would I do right now if I were not afraid? The answer to this question is your first step towards acting as if you fear not. Fear is a natural emotion, an evolutionary tool designed to keep us safe. However, in our modern world, the fears we encounter are rarely life-threatening. More often than not, they are psychological barriers we've constructed, barriers that prevent us from reaching our full potential. By choosing to act as if we challenge these constructs, we begin to dismantle the walls, brick by brick, revealing a horizon filled with opportunities previously obscured by fear. As we navigate through today's discussion, remember, this isn't about denying your fears or pretending they don't exist. It's about empowering yourself to act in spite of them. It's about cultivating a mindset that views fear not as an enemy, but as a companion on your journey towards achieving your dreams. By embracing this approach, you unlock a level of personal and professional growth previously thought unreachable. You begin to see challenges as stepping stones rather than stumbling blocks. This shift in perspective is not just transformative, it's revolutionary. So let's embark on this exploration together with open minds and courageous hearts, ready to act as if we fear nothing. Let's discover how this simple yet profound shift can change not just how we see the world, but how we interact with it, paving the way for achievements we once thought impossible. Understanding fear is akin to unraveling a tightly wound thread. Each pull reveals a new layer, a deeper insight into why we act, react, and, at times, retreat from life's myriad challenges. Fear, in its essence, is a primal response. It's an emotion etched into our very DNA, designed to protect us from real, tangible dangers. Yet, in today's world, the threats we face are seldom life-threatening. Instead, they're psychological barriers, projections of what might happen if we step outside our comfort zones. Consider for a moment the nature of fear. It originates from the unknown, from our anticipation of negative outcomes, rejection, failure, disappointment. These fears are common across humanity, threading through our personal and professional life. But what truly is fear? It's not just an emotion. It's a physiological response. Your heart races, your palms sweat, your breath quickens. Fear can be all-consuming, dictating our decisions and, ultimately, the course of our lives. Now let me pose a question to you. What fears have held you back? Have you ever found yourself on the precipice of a decision, only to retreat because the specter of failure loomed too large? These moments of hesitation, these opportunities forgone, they are the real cost of fear. They are the dreams deferred, the potential unexplored. But what if we could recalibrate our response to fear? Imagine wielding fear not as a barrier, but as a beacon guiding us towards growth and learning. This is where the power of acting as if comes into play. It's a strategy not of denial, but of defiance. Acting as if you fear nothing doesn't negate fear. It reframes it. It encourages us to step into a role, to embody a version of ourselves that is unencumbered by the what-ifs and the should-haves. This concept isn't mere speculation. It's grounded in psychological principles. The act of pretending can shift our mindset, alter our physiological responses, and ultimately transform our reality. When we act as if, we send a powerful message to our subconscious that we are in control, that we can endure and even thrive in the face of fear. So how can we start to incorporate this into our lives? It begins with recognition. Acknowledge your fears, name them, understand their origins. Then, consciously choose to act as if those fears hold no power over you. It's a decision to be made every day in both small actions and significant leaps. Consider this is every individual you admire, every mentor or leader who seems to navigate life with unwavering confidence has faced fear, their secret. They've mastered the art of acting as if. They've learned to harness the energy of fear, to use it as fuel for their journey towards excellence. As we delve deeper into this conversation, I encourage you to reflect on the areas of your life where fear has taken the helm. Where might a shift towards acting as if illuminate a path forward? How might your life transform if you chose to meet fear with action rather than avoidance? The journey towards understanding and mastering fear is not a solitary endeavor. It's a shared experience, a collective challenge that we all face. By opening ourselves up to this process, by daring to act as if we fear nothing, we invite a world of possibilities into our lives. We unlock the door to personal and professional growth, to relationships built on authenticity and courage, and to a life defined not by our fears, but by our actions in the face of them. Let's embrace this journey together with open hearts and minds, ready to confront our fears, to question them, and ultimately to rise above them. In doing so, we pave the way for a life of fulfillment, achievement, and most importantly, a life lived true to ourselves. The concept of acting as if stands as a beacon, illuminating the path to personal mastery and success. It's a principle deeply rooted in the psychology of human behavior, suggesting that by embodying the traits and attitudes we aspire to, we can in turn make them our reality. This approach is not about deception or denial, but about tapping into our potential by harnessing the power of belief and action. Consider for a moment the stories of individuals who have achieved remarkable feats. These are not tales of superheroes with innate powers, but of ordinary people who embrace the extraordinary within them by acting as if. Take, for instance, a young entrepreneur who stepped into a room full of seasoned investors, her heart pounding, her idea on the line. On the surface, she exuded confidence, her pitch polished, her demeanor composed. Yet beneath that facade was a whirlwind of doubt and fear. By acting as if she had all the confidence in the world, she was able to convey her vision with conviction, eventually securing the investment she needed. Today, her company is a testament to the power of belief, a reminder that confidence can be conjured and cultivated through action. The psychological basis of acting, as if is grounded in the theory of self-perception. This theory suggests that individuals develop their attitudes and emotions by observing their own behavior and the context in which it occurs. In essence, if you act confidently, you begin to view yourself as a confident person. Your actions inform your self-perception, creating a feedback loop that strengthens your belief in your abilities. The impact of this approach on one's mindset and actions is profound. When we act as if we possess the qualities we seek, we open ourselves up to experiences that reinforce these attributes. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy of sorts. By stepping into the shoes of the person we aspire to be, we start walking their path. This doesn't mean challenges and setbacks vanish. Instead, we learn to navigate them with the grace and grit of someone who believes in their capacity to overcome. This principle has echoed through the halls of history, embodied by leaders, innovators, and visionaries who dared to act as if their dreams were already within grasp. Think of the great inventors who, despite ridicule and rejection, pursued their visions with the conviction of those who had already succeeded. Their legacy is not just in their inventions, but in the indomitable spirit they embodied, a spirit fueled by the power of acting as if. Now let's turn the mirror towards ourselves. Where in your life can you apply the principle of acting as ifs? Is it in stepping into a leadership role, embarking on a new venture, or pursuing personal growth? The beauty of acting as if lies in its simplicity and universality. It's a tool available to us all, requiring no resources but our willingness to believe and to act. As we journey forward, let us carry with us the stories of those who have walked this path before us, drawing strength from their courage and conviction. Let us embrace the power of acting as if, not as a mere tactic, but as a transformative principle that can guide us towards our highest potential. By embodying the qualities we aspire to, we not only bring our dreams closer to reality, but also inspire those around us to do the same. In conclusion, the power of acting as if is a testament to the strength of the human spirit, a reminder that the boundaries of our capabilities are often more permeable than we imagine. So as we navigate the complexities of life, let us act as if we are already the people we strive to become. In doing so, we forge a path of growth, resilience, and success, not just for ourselves, but for the world around us. Taking action, especially in the face of fear, is akin to planting seeds for a garden you cannot yet see. It's about nurturing the ground today for the blooms you hope to witness tomorrow. This act, my friends, is at the core of building confidence. Not just any confidence, but a deep-rooted, unshakable belief in oneself that stands tall against the gales of doubt and fear. The journey to confidence is paved with action. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a declaration of your resolve, a testament to your courage, but let's be clear, action in the face of fear is no mean feat. It requires a deliberate choice, a decision to move forward, even when every fiber of your being screams for retreat. It's in these moments, however, that confidence begins to take root. So how do we cultivate this garden of confidence? It starts with small, consistent actions. Think of confidence not as a towering oak that springs up overnight, but as a sapling that grows steadily over time. Each day offers an opportunity for planting, be it speaking up during a meeting, trying a new skill, or simply asking for help. These actions might seem inconsequential at the moment, but like the daily watering and tending of a garden, they add up, nurturing your confidence until it blossoms. Preparation, practice, and persistence are the tools of our trade. Imagine an athlete preparing for a competition. They don't step onto the track for the first time on the day of the race. Instead, they train tirelessly, honing their skills, pushing their limits, and preparing their mind and body for the challenge ahead. Similarly, building confidence requires us to prepare, to learn, to practice, and to refine our skills. It's about embracing the process, understanding that each effort, each failure, is a step towards mastery. Now consider the power of setting small, achievable goals. These are the stepping stones on your path to confidence. Each goal achieved is a victory, a tangible proof of your capabilities. But more than that, it's a building block, adding strength and stability to your foundation of confidence. Start with something achievable, something within reach. It could be as simple as committing to a daily habit or completing a project you've been postponing. The key is to start, to take that first step, however tentative it may be. Let me share a story that encapsulates this principle beautifully. There was once a young writer, filled with ideas but paralyzed by the fear of rejection. The thought of sharing her work, of exposing her innermost thoughts to the scrutiny of others, was terrifying. Yet she knew that her dream of becoming an author would remain just that, a dream, unless she took action. So she set herself a goal, to write every day, no matter what. Some days the words flowed freely, but she persisted, and with each word, each sentence, she felt her confidence growing. Eventually, she took the bold step of submitting her work. There were rejections, yes, but there was also acceptance, an affirmation of her talent and her Today, her books line the shelves of readers around the world. This story is a reminder that confidence is not a gift bestowed upon a lucky few, but a quality that can be developed, nurtured, and grown through action. It's a call to each of us to step out of the shadows of fear and into the light of action. As we move forward, let us carry with us the lessons of the garden. Let us remember that confidence, like any garden, requires time, effort, and patience to flourish. Let us commit to taking action, however small, to preparing diligently, to practicing relentlessly, and to persisting in the face of setbacks. And let us set small, achievable goals, celebrating each achievement as a milestone in our journey. In closing, I invite you to embrace the transformative power of action. Let it be your guide, your teacher, and your companion as you build the confidence to pursue your dreams. Remember, the path to confidence is paved with the steps you take today. So take that step, plant that seed, and watch as your garden of confidence blooms into something truly magnificent. In the tapestry of life, our thoughts, emotions, and actions are interwoven threads, each influencing and being influenced by the others. Our thoughts, in particular, have the power to shape our reality, to mold our perceptions of ourselves and the world around us. It's a fascinating relationship, one where our inner dialogue can either be our greatest ally or our most formidable foe. Consider for a moment the lens through which you view your challenges and fears. Is it tinted with doubt, with worry about what might go wrong? Or is it infused with optimism, with a belief in your ability to overcome? This distinction is at the heart of positive thinking, a concept not just of mere positivity, but of constructive, empowering thought patterns that propel us forward. The influence of positive thinking on our approach to fear cannot be overstated. Fear, often rooted in negative predictions about the future, can paralyze us, keep us from taking the very actions that would lead to our growth and success. But when we shift our focus, when we begin to entertain the possibility of success, of learning and growing regardless of the outcome, we change the game. We transform fear from a roadblock into a stepping stone. So how can we cultivate this positive mindset? It begins with awareness, with catching ourselves in the midst of negative self-talk and consciously choosing to redirect our thoughts. This isn't about ignoring reality or glossing over challenges. It's about choosing to see the potential for growth and learning in every situation. One practical step you can take is to start each day with a positive affirmation. These are simple, powerful statements that affirm your capabilities and worth. I am capable, I am resilient, I can handle whatever comes my way. Repeating these affirmations daily can gradually shift your internal dialogue, reinforcing a belief in your strengths and abilities. Visualization is another powerful tool in the arsenal of positive thinking. It involves vividly imagining achieving your goals, overcoming your fears, and enjoying the success you desire. This practice not only boosts your motivation, but also primes your brain to recognize and seize opportunities that align with your vision. Let me share a story that perfectly illustrates the power of positive thinking. There was once a young athlete, talented but plagued by doubts. Before every competition, her mind would be flooded with visions of failure, of letting herself and her team down. Recognizing the toll this was taking on her performance, she decided to make a change. Every night, before going to sleep, she would visualize herself executing her routines flawlessly, standing on the podium with a medal around her neck, feeling the weight of it as a testament to her hard work and dedication. Over time, this practice transformed not just her mindset, but her reality. She began to compete with a newfound confidence, her performances reaching heights she had only dreamed of. This story serves as a reminder that the seeds of success are often sown in the mind. By nurturing positive thoughts, by envisioning our success and affirming our worth, we lay the foundation for a reality that reflects our highest aspirations. As we move forward, let's embrace the power of positive thinking. Let's challenge ourselves to replace fear and doubt with belief and optimism. Let's harness the transformative potential of affirmations and visualization, not just as practices, but as principles that guide our journey towards fulfillment and success. Together, let's build a mindset that sees beyond the immediate challenges, that recognizes every fear as an opportunity for growth and every setback as a stepping stone to greatness. The specter of failure is a shadow that looms large over the landscape of our endeavors. It's an all too familiar presence, one that can chill the warmth of ambition and dull the sparkle of aspiration. Yet it's crucial to recognize that the fear of failure, while potent, need not dictate our actions nor define our destinies. Let's explore the concept of failure not as the end of the road, but as a crucial, albeit uncomfortable, part of the journey towards success. Successful individuals, those we look up to and admire, have not navigated their paths without stumbling. In fact, it is through their missteps and setbacks that they have carved out their most significant achievement. Consider the story of a writer whose early manuscripts were met with nothing but rejection. Each no was a blow to his confidence, a mark of failure that could have persuaded him to abandon his pen forever. Yet it was within these rejections that he found the resolve to refine his craft, to understand his audience better, and to ultimately find his unique voice. Today, his books have not only found a home on the shelves of millions, but have also transformed the very fabric of literary culture. What can we learn from this at failure, while a bitter pill carries with it the seeds of invaluable lessons? It forces us to confront our limitations, to question our approaches, and to innovate our strategies. Failure is not the opposite of success. It is a stepping stone towards it, a necessary phase of experimentation and learning. Let's also consider the example of an entrepreneur whose first business venture crumbled beneath the weight of unforeseen challenges. Bankruptcy, a public and painful failure, could have been the conclusion of her story. Instead, she chose to view it as a chapter, a hard-earned lesson in the complexities of the business world. Armed with this knowledge, she embarked on a new venture, this time navigating the pitfalls that had once ensnared her. Today, she stands at the helm of a thriving enterprise, her initial failure a distant but defining memory. These stories underline a critical shift in perspective that we all can benefit. Seeing failure not as a sign to stop, but as an opportunity to learn, grow, and evolve. The fear of failure paralyzes because it is seen as a final judgment on our capabilities. Yet when we reframe failure as a feedback mechanism, as part of the learning process, it loses its power to deter us. How, then, can we cultivate this mindset? Begin by embracing the philosophy that no effort is wasted, that every attempt, successful or not, adds a layer to our experience. Setbacks should be dissected, not for self-reproach, but for insights. How worked? What didn't? How can I adjust my approach? This analytical stance towards failure transforms it from a source of shame into a source of strategic information. Furthermore, share your failures as openly as your successes. In doing so, you not only normalize failure as part of the growth process, but also become a beacon for others, encouraging them to pursue their goals undeterred by the fear of falling short. As we navigate the complexities of our ambitions, let us remember that failure is not the antithesis of success, but an integral part of the success equation. It sharpens our focus, deepens our resilience, and enriches our journey. So when faced with setbacks, let's ask ourselves not why did I fail, but what can I learn? In this way, we transform every failure into a foundation upon which our future successes are built. In conclusion, let us stride forward with the conviction that failure, while inevitable, is a compass that guides us toward greater achievements. It is through our willingness to fail that we unlock our true potential, turning our dreams from mere reflections into realities. Let's embrace our failures, learn from them, and allow them to propel us toward the fulfillment of our aspirations with resilience, wisdom, and grace.